Can a mobile Rodecaster Pro replace all of this? Let's find out. I'm Mike from Music Radio Creative in my studio with no processing on my voice whatsoever. This is my microphone running purely into my audio interface so you can get a fair comparison. So let's hop over to the Rodecaster Pro, switch on the default settings and listen to how my voice sounds. Okay, this is the microphone on default settings running through the Rodecaster Pro. A little bit distorted. I'm going to turn down the level. Here we go, all the way down to about level 5. That will make it perfect so it doesn't distort up here. And you'll notice I enabled phantom power with a condenser microphone. I need the Rodecaster Pro's 48 volt phantom power. So if you ever plug a microphone in and it doesn't work, enable this by clicking into the microphone settings of your choice, level, and then switch that on. You can also change settings individually for each mic channel by selecting a number 2, 3, 4, and you get the individual setting page for each microphone. I'm going to be focusing on one, and I'm going to go back and we'll look at these two in a moment, but let's start with the advanced settings, all the processing that comes included with the Rodecaster Pro. This is all of it on, and then I can switch processing off with one click, and this is me without any processing now on my microphone. Processing back on, and I'll individually disable each effect that's going on my mic right now. There we go. All off. So what does each effect do and how does it change the sound? Well, Compressor compresses the voice and, as you can hear, boosts it up, makes it easier to be heard. Makes the loud bits quieter and the soft bits louder. Then you've got High Pass Filter. This cuts off frequencies usually below around 100 Hertz, and it will stop any bass rumbles or any kind of road noises or anything like that that really shouldn't be in the recording. Then you've got a de-esser. That simply stops any sibilance on those SE sounds. Not much of a difference with it on or off on my special microphone, but your mileage may vary. Then you've got a noise gate. Switching this on means when you're quiet, no audio is getting through. It essentially disables your microphone when you're not talking and switches it back on when you are. So I'll go quiet now, and then I'll start talking, and the noise gate seems to work quite well. Ducking is disabled by default. If you enable this, every time you play music or sound effects on your Rodecaster Pro, it will automatically duck them for you. It almost ducked my voice then. But ducking is good for ducking the volume of music and sound effects as you're talking. Then you've got the Aphex effects. The Aural exciter definitely boosts up and enhances your voice just that little bit more. And big bottom, you guessed it, it adds some low end to your voice, makes it deep and boomy. If you want to go even further than that, you can go back and you can go into microphone. Here you can select the kind of microphone you're using. I've selected condenser. That's what I got plugged in. Dynamic for dynamic mics might boost your volume up a bit more. You might need it for a dynamic. And then there are various Rode microphones that come with configurations all preset, which is quite handy if you have a Rode microphone plugged in. Then I'll go back to voice. And again, you've got a couple of settings here. Tone, which basically you can choose the tone of voice you have. So do you have a very high-endy voice? You can change it. Not much of a difference there. Maybe a little more high-end on my voice. Or deep. Yeah, you guessed it. It's probably boosting up the bass if you have the voice of God. Most people will probably want medium, though. Back again to strength. How strong is your voice? This is how much the noise gate works on the Rodecaster Pro. If you set it soft, that will make sure the noise gate doesn't cut off any of your speech. A good idea if you like whispering. Medium will be good for most, and if you have a really strong, boomy voice, then set it really aggressive, and that means the noise gate will kick in as soon as you stop speaking. But again, medium, a pretty happy medium for you. So that's a look at all of the voice processing on microphones on the Rodecaster Pro, all individually assignable for each of the 4 channels there. And the advanced is where you'll find all of those great processing effects. But how does this compare in a portable setup to a studio setup with a dbx 286s? Let's head over to the studio and find out. And finally, for comparison, this is my microphone running through the dbx 286s into my audio interface, the usual setup I use. So in your opinion, what is the best? Is it just a natural sound? Does the Rodecaster Pro work and replace all of my rack gear? Or is it still good to have a home studio setup with a microphone and a dbx 286s for optimum sound? I would love to know your opinion. Let me know in the comments down below this video.